We're rolling. So Sharon, tell us a little bit about your background in cycling.
I've ridden a bike since I was 5, and I've always loved it. And I'm older now, and when I have this bike, I can go places I never went before. If it's too hot, too cold, too windy, or if I feel my age, I can still keep on being outside, pedaling, and having a great time in the outdoors.
How many miles have you put on your Optibike?
I think 1,210, and I got it August 2nd. So it's just a great way to get around.
And what kind of rides do you do with it? What do you use it for?
A wide variety. If I have to go to the store, I'll take it to the store. If I feel like exploring a new neighborhood and I don't want to take my car through it, I can just explore and see the houses, or I can go up in the mountains, and I go everywhere with it. I have a rack on my car, so if it's going to be too far, I'll take it to my destination, get it off, and then ride it around in the mountains. So it goes anywhere.
So a lot of people have a question. You're a pretty fit person. Why don't you just use your regular bike on these trips?
Oh, my regular bike couldn't do it. It's a separate thing. This bike takes me steep places I could never ride, or long rides I couldn't do, or if it's too windy in Boulder, the wind comes up and I'm done after an hour. I like to go for 2 and 3 hours.
Now, do you sometimes ride it from Lafayette to Boulder?
Yeah, sure.
How far is that ride?
10 miles. And I just put it on eco and I just ride in, and then I can move around. I can take it off of motor and go on the bike paths, and then when I go home, I put it back on the motor and I go home.
Can you tell us a little bit how you discovered Optibike and what made you buy one?
I started at the Boulder Creek Festival, and I thought, that's a lot of money, I'm not buying that. My husband even said, you're not getting that. And then I borrowed it for a couple of days, and I was like, this is really fun. And it wasn't like a toy that you buy and you put down and now you own it. It's like, I'm doing it again tomorrow. I'm doing it again the next day. The thrill doesn't go away.
That's great. Anything else you want to talk about your experience with the Optibike?
When you go to buy a car, it's going to be 20, 30, 40,000. And buying a bike, it seems like a lot of money, but you don't think anything of it when you buy a car. So when you buy a bike, you just have to finance it or find a way to make it work and consider it an investment as a mode of transportation, a serious mode of transportation. And it's worth the money, is what I'm trying to say. And you don't think about it in those terms when you go to buy a car. It's like, of course it costs $30,000 or $40,000 or $50,000. You have to just kind of get over the fact that this is a mode of transportation and it's worth it, and you can finance it or find a way to pay for it just like you would another big investment.
Have you thought about the money you save while you're riding the bike versus a car?
I think about it every time I go in the garage, and it's all lit up full of electricity, ready to go, and I haven't had to go to the gas station. I haven't had to put my credit card in there and pay $40 to get around. It's amazing, and I hope it's solar and wind electricity, but it's also really good for the environment. You don't have to go out there and just pollute the air with one person. And it makes you more in contact with getting to where you're going and being part of it instead of sitting in your car just like, oh, brother, this is so boring. I do think